Welcome back, everyone. We're diving into AI automation today, but from a different angle. We're going to be looking at landing those big AI clients.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, we've got a great guide for this deep dive. Jonathan Lightfoot, he's the president of Symbiont.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, he's got this insightful article where he kind of shares his secrets to success in this whole, AI world. And get this, he landed his first 6 clients for his AI product, COMPETRACK, crazy fast, and even secured a key partnership, like, super quickly.
Wow. So, what's his secret?
Well, it's pretty fascinating, actually. He kind of flips the script on how we usually think about selling AI. Instead of, leading with all the fancy tech and algorithms, he focuses on understanding what business leaders worry about, like the problems that keep him up at night.
So he's not just trying to wow them with the technology.
Right. He calls this the reverse engineering success principle.
Reverse engineering success.
Yeah, he spends like 80% of his prep time just researching the specific problems his potential clients are facing, almost like a detective working backward from the crime scene.
I like that analogy.
So, before he even mentions AI, he's already figured out what the business is really struggling with. Makes sense when you look at how many AI implementations actually fail.
Oh, yeah. Isn't it like a really high percentage?
It's crazy. Something like 60% just completely flop.
Wow.
Businesses invest all this money expecting miracles, but they end up stuck with the same old problem.
Yeah, that's a huge problem in the industry.
Lightfoot gives this great example of a financial services CEO who went all in on AI, invested a ton, but still had all the same operational headaches. It's like that saying, if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail, right?
Right.
Sometimes businesses think AI is the answer when it's not even addressing the root cause of the issue.
Exactly. And that's where Lightfoot's detective work comes in. He uses this technique he calls impact mapping.
Impact mapping.
Yeah, basically he creates this web that connects the dots between problems, the root causes, and then the potential AI solutions. It helps them uncover those hidden opportunities for automation that clients might not even realize exist.
So it's like he's playing business therapist. It's so smart.
Yeah, it is. He talks about this public relations company. They were convinced they needed a super fancy chatbot
to automate their customer service.
Yeah, exactly. But Lightfoot digs a little deeper and uncovers their real problem. Their data was a complete mess, spread across tons of different systems.
Oh, I see.
So, their customer service reps were wasting so much time just trying to find basic customer information.
Oof, that sounds painful.
Right. They were focused on the symptom-slow customer service, but not the underlying disease-bad data management. So instead of a chatbot, what they really needed was intelligent data integration. So Lightfoot's team steps in, gives their reps instant access to the information they need. Bam. Customer response times plummet by 60%, and their satisfaction scores just skyrocket.
Wow. That's a huge improvement.
It is.
It's amazing what happens when you take the time to actually understand the problem, right?
Yeah. I mean, no wonder his clients are so happy with him.
It's more than just solving technical issues, though, right?
Yeah. He also talks a lot about building trust through understanding, which is this whole concept about the people side of things, bringing everyone into the process.
So it's not just about the tech.
Right, exactly. And he tells this story about a retail chain that hated their new AI-powered inventory management system.
Oh, no. What happened?
Well, it's a classic example of ignoring the human element. The system basically disregarded the store manager's entire workflow and their decision-making, authority, It was like they were being replaced by robots.
They probably felt pretty powerless.
Oh, yeah, completely disempowered. And Lightfoot realized that he needed to bring people from all levels of a company into the discovery process, not just the executives.
That's such an important point.
Yeah.
So understanding not just the business problems, but how, the solution will actually affect people's day-to-day jobs. Change is hard, but if people understand the why and how it benefits them, they're much more likely to, get on board. I bet those store managers would have been a lot more receptive if they had been part of the conversation from the beginning.
Totally agree. And that kind of leads into another one of Lightfoot's core principles, his ship it already philosophy.
Ship it already. Wait, aren't we talking about rushing the development of these complex AI systems?
It does sound a little counterintuitive, right?
Yeah.
You think it'd be all about precision and perfection, but he actually thinks that mindset can be kind of detrimental in the AI world. He's all about building a minimum viable product, an MVP, and getting it out there quickly.
So he's not one of those companies that spends years in development just polishing features that no one might even use?
Nope. He says the market moves way too fast to wait for perfection. By launching early, you get that valuable user feedback and can iterate quickly. He uses COMPETRACK as the prime example. They launched with just the essential features and then used client feedback to shape the product into what it is today.
It's a much more agile approach, right?
Exactly. Much more responsive to the market's needs.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about understanding client needs and building great products. But how does Lightfoot actually measure success? Because businesses care about ROI, right? The bottom line.
Absolutely. And this is where he kind of challenges another industry norm. He says getting fixated on technical metrics like, processing speed or accuracy rates misses the point.
Because those are just tech specs.
Yeah, they might impress engineers, but executives want to see how AI impacts their bottom line.
Makes sense. So what does he suggest focusing on instead?
He emphasizes the importance of measuring and communicating the business impact of AI. Things like direct cost savings, time saved, customer satisfaction improvements.
The things that actually make a difference to the business.
Right. The metrics that executives really care about.
Okay, so can you give me an example? Like, how do you actually translate those, tech stuff into business wins?
Sure. He gives an example of a doctor's office that automated their patient scheduling. Instead of bragging about the AI's accuracy rate, they highlighted the results. 40% fewer no-shows, 50% decrease in staff overtime, and a 25% increase in bookings for high-value procedures.
No, those are numbers that get attention.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm starting to see the big picture.
Yeah.
But let's break this down for our listeners who are, trying to build their own businesses in the AI space.
Yeah.
What are some key takeaways they can actually put into action?
Well, Lightfoot lays out a pretty clear roadmap. First, ditch the tech-heavy sales pitch. Become a problem-solving ninja.
So less about the algorithms and more about the value you bring.
Yes. Spend time understanding your client's business challenges, like he does with his reverse engineering success principle.
Got it. So step one, be a detective, not a salesperson. What's next?
Second, develop a system for uncovering those hidden needs that clients might not even be aware of. Like that impact mapping technique, it's not just a buzzword. It's a valuable tool for connecting the dots and identifying those high-impact opportunities.
Okay, step one, understand the problem. Step two, find the hidden opportunities. What else?
Third, build your entire solution delivery process around the idea of change management and user adoption. It's not just about the tech, it's about the people using it. Involve stakeholders from the very beginning, get them excited about the solution, and make sure it fits seamlessly into their workflows.
So change management is key. I'm guessing the last point is all about measuring the right things.
You got it. Don't get bogged down in those technical metrics. Focus on communicating the business impact. Show your clients how you're going to save them money, boost efficiency, make their lives easier. That's what really seals the deal.
This is all great advice. But before we move on, I have to ask, does Lightfoot share any, personal stories that illustrate these points? I always love a good anecdote.
He does. He talks about landing his first client, a friend who ran a mobile detailing business. He used COMPETRACK to help revamp the website and marketing strategy. And guess what?
What happened?
His friend saw a 15% jump in customer calls.
That's awesome. But was it some super advanced AI that did the trick?
Not at all. It was understanding his friend's specific needs and using AI as a tool to achieve a clear business goal. It's a perfect example of how the human element is so crucial in this space. Lightfoot believes that the future of AI belongs to those who understand that, technology is just a means to an end. The real magic happens when you combine that technical expertise with a deep understanding of human needs and business challenges.
That's a great point. So for our listeners who are probably thinking, okay, this is all amazing, but how do I apply this to running a whole AI agency? Don't worry, we'll be covering that in the next part of our deep dive. We're going to be zooming out and exploring how to build a thriving business in this exciting field. So stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
In the bustling city's early hours, our story begins with Sarah, a devoted cleaner at Robin's Cleaning Service.
Today, we're bringing some extra shine to homes.
At Robin's, we clean every corner, just the easy spots.
Robin's Cleaning Service, your partner in creating a clean, serene home. Experience the difference with us. Call or visit our website today.
So we've been unpacking, Jonathan Lightfoot's approach. And it's clear that understanding client needs and focusing on those business outcomes is key.
Yeah, and those philosophies he talks about, reverse engineering success and ship it already, those are real game changers. But now I'm kind of curious about how this all translates to, like, running a whole AI automation agency.
That's a great question. It's almost like we're zooming out now, right? Going from those individual clients to the bigger picture of actually building a thriving business.
Exactly. So how does, like, Lightfoot's approach work at that agency level?
Well, I think it starts with how you position yourself. Instead of leading with, your tech stack and your AI expertise and all that, you need to present yourself as like a business problem solver first.
So less about the algorithms and more about the value you bring to the table.
Exactly. Your messaging should really focus on those business outcomes. How can you help your clients boost profits, streamline their operations, maybe improve customer satisfaction? Those are the things they really care about, not the technical wizardry behind it all.
It's like selling the why and not just the how. Kind of reminds me of what we were discussing earlier about measuring success. It's got to be about those bottom line results.
Absolutely. When you position yourself as that problem solver, you naturally kind of gravitate towards those metrics that matter most to executives.
Yeah.
Cost savings, revenue growth, customer satisfaction.
Yeah, those are the things that make their eyes light up.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've nailed our positioning, but how do we actually, like, find those clients who are receptive to this, this whole approach?
Right. Well, it all starts with, I think, defining your ideal client profile.
Yeah.
So, what are those businesses that are most likely to benefit from what you offer? What are their pain points, their goals, their aspirations?
So we're not just casting a wide net, we're really targeting those businesses that are like the perfect fit for our AI solutions.
Right. It's all about that. Understanding client needs, like we've been talking about. When you truly understand those challenges and ambitions, you can speak directly to their, to their hearts and minds in your marketing.
Okay, I get that. But what does that actually look like in practice?
Sure. Imagine you're targeting e-commerce businesses that are struggling with, say, abandoned carts. So instead of just, bombarding them with all the technical specs about your fancy AI-powered personalization engine, you highlight how you can help them recover that lost revenue, increase their customer lifetime value, paint a picture of that ideal future where their customers are happy and their sales are booming.
I love that. It's all about painting that picture of success. So let's say we've done our homework, we've, attracted some of these ideal clients. What's next? We need a killer sales process, right?
You got it. And this is where that impact mapping technique we talked about really comes into play. Remember that detective analogy? Well, it's time to put on your Sherlock Holmes hat.
Okay, I'm intrigued. How does that play out in, a sales meeting?
Instead of jumping right into a product demo or, drowning them in technical jargon, you start by asking those insightful questions that really uncover their needs. Things like, what keeps you up at night? Or, if you had a magic wand, what's the first thing you'd fix in your business?
Those are great questions. You're getting right to the heart of the matter, like peeling back the layers of the onion.
Exactly. And once you've uncovered those deeper needs, then you can tailor your proposed solution to actually address them. And this is where your technical expertise comes in. You got to be able to translate those business needs into a real, tangible AI solution.
But remember, it's not just about the tech itself. It's about those people using it and, how it fits into their existing workflows. Change management, again, right.
Absolutely. Lightfoot really emphasizes the importance of involving those stakeholders at every level, from the initial meetings to the, the implementation phase and beyond. Because when people feel like they're part of that journey, they're much more likely to, embrace the change.
It all ties together so well. So we've found those ideal clients, wowed them with our problem-solving skills, delivered a fantastic solution. But what about, pricing? How do we actually get paid for all this?
That's a great question. And, there's no one-size-fits-all answer when it comes to pricing AI. It depends on what you're offering and the needs of your clients.
But I'm guessing Lightfoot has some, strong opinions on this.
He does. He's a big advocate for ditching those traditional hourly billing models. He thinks they're clunky, hard to track, and often they don't really reflect the true value that you're bringing.
Yeah, I can see how that would be frustrating. So what's the alternative?
Well, he's all about those value-based pricing models. So you tie your fees directly to the business outcomes you achieve for your clients. For example, you might charge, say, a percentage of the cost savings that you generate, or, a fee based on the increase in revenue or customer satisfaction.
That's a win-win. It incentivizes you to deliver those exceptional results and makes it easier to, justify those fees. It's like saying, hey, we're so confident we can get you results, we're willing to put our money where our mouth is.
Exactly. It's a much more transparent and results-oriented approach.
Okay, this is incredibly valuable advice. But before we move on, I want to touch on something that I think is often overlooked. The team.
Ah, yes. You can't build a successful agency without a great team. You need talented people to bring it all together, even with the best AI in the world.
So what are the key ingredients for building that high-performing AI team?
Well, it starts with attracting people with a diverse range of skills. Data scientists to crunch those numbers, engineers to actually build the solutions, project managers, business analysts, marketing and sales, you name it.
Like assembling a superhero squad.
Exactly. But it's not just about finding those brilliant individuals. It's about creating a culture where they can thrive. You need to foster that environment of collaboration, innovation, and continuous learning.
Because the AI landscape is changing so rapidly, right?
All the time. Your team needs to be adaptable and always hungry to learn. Lightfoot's a big believer in that, continuous learning. He encourages his team to stay up to date on the latest trends, to experiment, to push the boundaries.
He knows that complacency can kill you in this industry.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's a fast-paced world. You got to keep learning to stay ahead. And don't forget the power of partnerships. Building those strong relationships with, technology providers or industry experts, even other agencies can really help you expand your reach and access those new resources.
It's like building a whole ecosystem.
Exactly. So we've talked about positioning, finding clients, building a team, those pricing strategies. But as we wrap up this part of our deep dives, I think we should touch on something that's often forgotten in that day-to-day hustle of running a business, the long-term vision.
It's easy to get caught up in the weeds and lose sight of the bigger picture, right?
It is. But you got to keep that North Star in mind. What are your goals for this agency? What kind of impact do you want to make?
Those big, important questions.
Right. It's not just about, making money. It's about building a legacy.
Something you can be proud of.
Yes. And clients and, employees alike, they're drawn to those companies that have that clear sense of purpose.
So before we jump into some of the potential pitfalls and future trends in this whole AI automation world, let's recap those key takeaways for building that successful agency.
Yeah, let's distill it down to those essentials.
Okay, so first, remember, you're not selling tech, you're selling solutions. Position yourself as that business problem solver.
Got it. What's next?
Second, measure your success based on those business outcomes you deliver, not just the technical stuff.
Right. No more bragging about accuracy rates. It's all about the bottom line.
Exactly. And third, invest in your team. Build that diverse, talented, and passionate group of people. Foster that culture of collaboration and innovation.
Awesome advice. What's the final takeaway? Never lose sight of your vision. Those big, hairy, audacious goals for your agency. What impact do you want to have? Let that vision guide you.
This has been fantastic. We've covered so much, from Lightfoot's approach with individual clients to building that thriving agency. Now, I'm curious, what are some of the potential pitfalls we need to watch out for? And what does the future hold for this crazy industry?
Great questions. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll explore those potential dangers and gaze into that crystal ball and see what the future holds. Stay tuned.
All right, so we're back. We've been deep diving into the world of AI automation, learning from Jonathan Lightfoot and all his success. But let's get real for a sec. What are some traps, like pitfalls, agencies can stumble into in this crazy AI world?
That's a great question. And honestly, one of the biggest I see is over-promising and under-delivering. It's so easy to get caught up in all the AI hype and start making, grand claims about what your solutions can do.
It's like those sci-fi movies where robots are doing everything. But, we're not there yet, are we?
Yeah. Not even close. AI is incredibly powerful, but it's still a young technology. Say limitations, right?
Agencies need to be upfront with clients about what's actually achievable. Don't set those unrealistic expectations that are just going to lead to disappointment.
Honesty and transparency from day one. Don't oversell the magic. So what other dangers are lurking out there?
Another trap is getting so focused on the tech that you kind of forget about the actual business problem you're trying to solve.
Right, because at the end of the day, clients don't care about how fancy your algorithm is. They care about the results.
Exactly. If your AI solution isn't solving a real problem, delivering real value, it's just a shiny, expensive toy. Keep that why front and center, always.
Okay, so avoid the hype, stay grounded in those business needs. What else should agencies watch out for?
Change management. It's a critical piece, but so often overlooked. Implementing AI, usually means big changes to workflows, processes, and if you don't manage that change well, it's a recipe for disaster. You're right, people naturally resist change, especially when it comes to their jobs.
Exactly. They might worry about, being replaced by robots or losing control, and that resistance can totally derail a project.
So how do you, mitigate that?
It's vital to involve stakeholders, everyone from every level, communicate clearly, provide training, address concerns head on, make people feel like they're part of the solution, not, victims of it.
It's all about empathy, good communication, making sure everyone feels comfortable. Makes sense. But I imagine there's another big challenge. Finding and keeping top talent in this AI world. It's so competitive.
Oh, for sure. Demand for AI expertise is through the roof. Everyone's fighting for the same talent pool. Agencies need to go above and beyond to attract and retain those, rock star data scientists and engineers.
So it's like a talent war. How do you win that battle?
It's not just about big paychecks, right?
Yeah.
You have to create a culture people are excited about. A culture of learning, collaboration, innovation, growth. Offer professional development. Encourage experimentation, create a supportive environment where people feel valued.
Build that dream team, right? Excited to push the boundaries. Okay, so pitfalls aside, what about the future? What trends should agencies be watching?
Well, one trend that's already happening is the democratization of AI. Those tools, those platforms are becoming much more user-friendly. It's accessible to all businesses, not just the huge ones.
So AI isn't just for those big tech companies anymore.
Right. It's becoming more mainstream, which is really exciting. This means agencies can develop solutions more efficiently, more cost-effectively.
That's awesome for, smaller agencies or startups who want to get into this space. What other trends are on the horizon?
Another one is explainable AI. As AI systems get more complex, it's even more important to understand how they reach their decisions.
Makes sense, especially in fields like healthcare or finance, where the stakes are high. You want to know why the AI is making certain recommendations.
Exactly. Explainable AI is all about making those black box algorithms transparent, understandable. It's crucial for building trust with clients and ensuring that AI is used ethically.
Greater transparency, accountability, that's super important as AI gets more ingrained in our lives. What other, big shifts are coming?
Well, the ethical implications are going to keep getting bigger. We've already seen concerns about bias, privacy, job displacement, the potential for misuse. And as AI becomes more powerful, those concerns will only intensify.
So it's not just building cool solutions, it's building them responsibly.
Exactly. Agencies need to be proactive, address those concerns, work to ensure AI is used for good.
The future of AI depends on it, right? So as we wrap up our deep dive, what are some key takeaways for our listeners, things to think about?
Remember, AI is a tool, a powerful one, but still just a tool. The real value is how you use it to solve problems, make a positive impact. Don't get lost in the tech or the hype. Focus on those client needs, deliver results, and use AI to make the world better.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So to all you aspiring AI entrepreneurs out there, stay grounded, be ethical, and never stop learning. The future of AI is in your hands, so go make it a bright one.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you found it insightful. Until next time.